Town Square Media, we understand that reaching your audience across various platforms is essential in today's fast-paced landscape. One size fits none in the realm of marketing. See firsthand how Town Square Media crafts tailored solutions that align with your unique goals. Whether it's increasing brand awareness, driving sales, or fostering community engagement, our ability to customize strategies that deliver exactly what you need when you need it. Town Square Media isn't just a partner. We're your brand's most passionate advocate. See how Town Square Media can transform your vision into a reality that resonates, engages, and inspires. Call and schedule your free business analysis today. 318-688-1130. 318-688-1130. Your brand story starts here with Town Square Media, where innovation meets impact and your success is our priority.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Fall Sale and get 30% off paints and stains from October 11th through the 21st. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Tiger weather now.
Remaining unseasonably warm here for the end of the business week, even hotter for the upcoming weekend. Sunny and 89 here this afternoon. Clear skies here tonight, upper 50s. Sunny skies and back to the upper 80s Friday afternoon, and then sunny and hot this weekend. Low 90s on Saturday, all the way up into the mid-90s Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Your home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station. The following is a paid program. Participants of this program are not employees of this station, and their views, opinions, and claims do not necessarily represent those of Town Square Media, its employees, or advertisers.
The following program is paid for by Tim Fletcher.
Good afternoon. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the Demons, right?
Yes.
Touchdown, Demons!
Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center Top 10 right there!
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full, and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull, and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert.
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Touchdown! Demons are back in it. And good afternoon. We welcome you in. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. That's right, baby. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Oh, well, that was good. I just flung my AirPods halfway across the room. That was, yeah, those things are cheap, so I don't have to worry about that, I guess. Hey, how we doing? How's your mom and them? How's everybody feeling? We all good? Everybody happy? Healthy, wealthy, and wise. Hope so. Just happy to be here, as Rogers Hampton would sing to you from time to time. Yeah, we're here. I'll tell you this: there's some definite rumblings among Saints fans about what's going on. We'll discuss that. Your boys started 1-0 on the Patrick's Picks and Moody's Moneymakers. Went ahead and did that. So, gotta love that. Got to enjoy having that go on. So, yeah, we got Spencer Rattler going on. You got me starting with a 1-0 record after the over hit last night in the Jacksonville State game. We got multiple games tonight, including Louisiana Tech playing tonight, the Bulldogs on a little Thursday night football. So we got that happening. And then whatever else is on your mind, we'd love to hear from you. Major League Baseball playoffs are ongoing. You've got the NFL, obviously. Funny enough, we were talking about the big conspiracy that was Aaron Rodgers getting Robert Saleh fired because he was going to replace his buddy, the offensive coordinator, and his buddy, the offensive coordinator, got replaced anyway by the interim coach. So that's going down, and yeah, we got a lot happening, man. It's Rafael Nadal is retiring and. All this stuff. Tropicana Field got the roof blown off of it last night by Hurricane Milton, so who knows what that's going to be. They were already trying to build a new stadium, but I don't know what might happen with all of that. So we got all that going on. NBA is getting ready to heat back up. NHL as well. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Middle Tennessee at Louisiana Tech tonight. That'll be on the old TVs. So a lot happening. A lot happening in the world, and we are happy to have you with us. We are taking your Pearl Upset special picks. If you have any feeling about Coastal Carolina and James Madison or Middle Tennessee and Louisiana Tech, I don't think either of those are particularly big lines, so probably would not be a thing, right? Probably would not be a pick that you would want to make. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of the games tonight. Well, UTEP and Western Kentucky. If you got a feeling that UTEP's going to find a way to get its first win, that's a 20-point line. By the way, Louisiana Tech a 4-point favorite tonight against Middle Tennessee. So Tech's got that happening. And then obviously we have an NFL game tonight as well, 49ers and Seahawks. While you weren't looking, the Niners are a game under 500 after losing to the Arizona Cardinals last week. So, yeah, Saints are a 3.5-point underdog at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we'll try to figure that one out. Cowboys are a 3-point underdog at home as well against the Lions. Dan Campbell and crew coming into town. So we got a lot of things to figure out before it's all said and done, but we will do our best to wade through and figure out as much as we can. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick, that is us. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and you and yours are doing well. How do you reach us? Couple of ways to do that. You can call us or text us. You call us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline. The Pearl Shreveport hotline is 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945.
Hello.
Hey, Coach O. You can also reach us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. That number is 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426, also known as the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. Our show brought to you by our fine friends at Hollis Dental Care, The Pearl in Shreveport, and Bobby L. Greene Plumbing. So we thank all of them for being fantastic sponsors of this here little Radidio show. We thank them for that. You can also find us. We are streaming in a couple of different locations, actually 4 of them to be exact. So if you are someone who finds it easier to watch, or put the show on your iPad or phone or tablet, or even on your TV, you can do that, right? You can use the YouTube app and put it on your television, just like I used to do in the studio. Luckily, I would do it in one of the TVs. I did not do it on the TV that faced Rogers, because I'm pretty sure he would have killed me or himself if he had to watch me while I was sitting in the studio. Like watching me above me, that might have driven him to the brink. So yeah, we got that happening. 4 different locations that you can stream the show. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can find those all in the same manner. They're all Patrick Netherton Show or Netherton Show, something like that. You find those by going on Facebook, by going on YouTube, by going on Twitch, and typing in Netherton Show, Patrick Netherton, whatever, and usually will pop up. Direct links, twitch.tv/Netherton Show, facebook.com/Netherton Show, and then youtube.com/@Netherton Show, because for some reason they put an @ in there. I don't know why, but yeah, they make it a little difficult for you. So those are the locations that you can find us there, and then we are available on Twitter or X. That is @PTNetherton, @PTNetherton, if you want to find us there. Those are our 4 locations on streaming. We are also available to listen to via the app, which is a tremendous way to tune into the show. The app is good as gold, man. You can find the app by just going to either your Google Play Store or your iTunes App Store, and you can search for 1130 The Tiger. Search for 1130 The Tiger, and you can grab the app there, download it. And not only does it do such a tremendous job of giving you the content on the air, but also they congregate a lot of stories in there, stuff that's local, whether it be Shreveport stuff or Saints stuff, Cowboys stuff, whatever. A lot of that is available aggregated on the app as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Rogers E. Hampton Jr.
Hey, boy.
Hi, man.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
Do we have a guest I don't know about?
No. Actually, the reason I went a little early is because I wanted to discuss the Saints quarterbacking and what are our expectations for this, because
So I take it you didn't hear my take this morning.
I did not hear your take this morning. I was up early doing but not listening, unfortunately. I was waiting in a government office to try to get to appeal something that got denied earlier, and
I thought maybe they were trying to convince you to be the next Jason Bourne.
No, Rogers, I'd be like Jason Bourne, because I'm not good at anything and I'm boring, huh?
But that might be your superpower.
Now, I mean, I'm telling you, if you want boring, like I got that in spades, man. If you want me to just kill the enemy with apathy,
man, all your enemies would be just like, look, man, I really don't want to go after him and kill him.
Yeah, like
I'm an asset, but I just don't. He's too boring to follow.
Yeah, like, hey, if you want me to kill the enemy with apathy, I can certainly do that, Rogers.
All I got to do is follow his eating routine, and I'll know where he's at.
Yeah. So wait, let me get this straight. He's at the house. Then he goes to his bedroom for 2 hours to do his radio show, but then he's just at the house the rest of the time? Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, Yeah, I'm going to ask for another assignment, please. Like, can I go pursue a criminal warlord?
Saturday, you might catch him with Hambone at one of our establishments.
Yeah,
they
maybe.
know where you are there because they know what table, they know what corner, they
Right.
know what part of the restaurant. You're a dead man.
But you have to guess which restaurant we're at of the three that we frequent.
Well, I think say it's not like there's 20 they got to
Right.
go through.
I mean, it's like a 33%
and
chance they're
going
to get it right.
Almost.
Yeah, you could just go from one to the other and see if we're
eventually
there.
You're going to see one of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it's like this weekend where I've got a 2:00 football game.
Yeah.
In which case, you're not going to get to find us out and about.
And why is it a 2:00?
I have no idea.
So it's not like homecoming or anything?
It is. Is it? No. Is it homecoming? I don't know. Rogers,
that's a weird kickoff time because I like going to stuff like that when it's that early. But when you tell me, hey man, it's at 7:00 kickoff, I'm like, yeah, that's too long of a day for us.
Well, so they do earlier kickoffs later in the year because it gets cold. And they don't want
they don't want
everyone
about that this Saturday.
Right. No, I'm just saying like that, but that's all, but it's never this early, it's like those are like the November games that are usually in the afternoons.
What time do you got to be down there?
I'm going to leave here at about 11. Maybe a couple minutes earlier than that, and zip down.
I didn't realize it was a 2:00.
It is. It's a 2:00 game.
Interested.
Well, just let me know, Rogers. You know how to find me.
I mean, a 2:00 kickoff. That means we'll be back way early. We'll get there early.
Yeah.
That's right in my window of sleeping in just enough.
I'm anticipating being back probably about 7, or if not a little before.
Okay.
Well, it's a 3.5 hour, 3.5 hour game.
I just didn't realize that. So let me think about this.
Okay.
Because little bit came in last weekend, and she said she's not coming back till Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, think hard, Rogers.
2:00, or I might could pull that off because then I'm back when it's still daylight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me know.
We both got people at the house that can't be left alone too long.
I understand. We're in the same boat in that regard, my friend.
Yes, we are for different reasons, but
yeah, I've got I've got a sitter coming, so I'm taken care of in that regard. So I'm not.
Too bad her daughter's not still here. That would have helped out a lot more.
Yeah, well.
That's okay. She went back to California, which it's kind of a catch-22.
And my mom's daughter is in Dallas, so there's
absolutely
doesn't do me any good either.
She can get here quicker.
That's true. She could be here in like 2.5 hours.
In Dallas, so she can get here. Yeah, she pretty much said that it was going to be Thanksgiving, and I went, what?
Yeah.
And she goes, well, Dad, holiday. I said, she goes, and also. She goes, look, I'm bringing the boyfriend with me.
Uh-oh.
I've been lucky the last couple of times because she didn't bring him. I mean, I know him. And but here's the catch of that. She goes, you know how Mom and her big family is with Thanksgiving. I said, yeah, just tell me what damn day they're going to do it because they think they are the gift to everything that ever walks on this planet.
Right.
I said, just let me know what day y'all are doing your big family there, and we'll pick another day. It's no big deal. It's just going to be 3 or 4 of us. She goes, that's probably all we're going to be able to do with each other. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, well, one reason that the boyfriend's coming with me, we're going to the OU-LSU football game.
Oh.
So they're leaving Friday, coming back Sunday. So I'm only going to get to see her maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, unless they do their in-law thing on one of those days, and I would actually see her on Thanksgiving. But with the boyfriend being with her, that even kind of muddles the window a little more, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of open now. Now that you say there's a 2:00 kick, I mean,
2:00 kick.
If you don't mind me at least entertaining the idea, give me a little thought on that.
You entertain whatever you want, my friend.
I just didn't realize it was 2:00, man.
It is.
All right, I would have mentioned it, last weekend when we saw each other.
Yeah, it's.
I'd have been like, hey, that's about the time I've had enough sleep.
Mm-hmm.
About the time to start drinking, and you'll be back for it's dark.
Yeah.
That checks all the ham bone boxes right there.
And the best part is they sell alcohol at the game.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So no sneaking in?
No, you don't have to sneak anything in. It's
okay,
they sell it.
We just got to take care of before the tailgate and after, but during I can go up and purchase my own brew?
Yeah, it's they sell it and I believe they have regular Budweiser too.
You just checked another. Okay, goodness gracious.
Well, and also Rogers, we have like in the press box level we have refrigerators.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So.
And I haven't seen the new windows.
Well, that's in the baseball press box.
Oh, well, we can walk over there.
Yeah, that's.
You got to remember, when you invite me, I usually get to go to the baseball stadium,
right.
the softball
Well,
stadium,
it's a little
track.
different now because my my time frame is tighter these days.
So you don't have the leeway.
Yes, I don't go 3 hours beforehand and go through the tailgate
We're getting
and
there
all
just
that.
enough for you to do one quick through the tailgate.
Maybe.
Oh, okay, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, I honestly,
if not, though, we'll just eat at the stadium.
Honestly, I haven't been through the tailgate in like 2 years.
Would this change because it's a day game?
No.
Do you have a sitter?
No, I have a sitter for all of them. It's just the window's so tight. I don't give myself like an extra 2 hours.
So I need to lean toward maybe just eating in the stadium.
Yeah, or
or we get something on the way,
or French Market. You pick up and they have.
This is all new to
me. And here's the thing:
they have on the fly here.
They have good food in the press box.
Yeah, they do.
Ronnie, who's the administrative assistant for the sports information office.
Yeah.
She always brings boudin and good sausage, like regular smoked sausage.
Hey, that one time it was some great fried catfish.
Yeah, they have. They always have some good stuff up there. So that's what I do.
Let me open up the old mind to that.
Okay. Rogers, free your mind.
I could probably use a personal day just to do something for Hambone.
For old Hambone.
Yeah.
Just something for old Hambone,
Yeah, because that would probably give me a good fun day to prepare me for the long day we're going to have on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saints are in trouble.
I don't know, man. I'm weirdly optimistic about Spencer Rattler.
Well, you and Fletcher are in the
everybody,
same
like all the Saints fans are weird, like crazily optimistic. Like Rogers,
then they need to get their head out of their butts and look at the offensive line and realize it doesn't matter who's back there. If Tom Brady's back there, it's not going to work this Sunday. There's too many injuries. Tampa Bay's too good, and they're healthy.
I don't know. It's weird. Like there's. It wasn't like Spencer Rattler when he was at South Carolina was dealing with the greatest offensive lines of all time either.
Yeah, but that's college, man. You can be a little bit better in college and get away with it.
Sure.
You can't just be a little bit better.
I will say this.
There's a reason he was number 3 on the depth chart and didn't beat out Haener.
I will say this.
That's what I was trying to tell Fletch this morning. I was like, no, I get it. They want him in there because his mobility. Well, that's a cue for the offensive line stinks, sucks, and is injured.
Yeah.
He's going to be running for his life, and Haener can't run.
Right.
That's the only reason he's starting.
Well, here's the thing. If, let's say, that's the reasoning, and I think it's pretty sound to say that the reasoning is because he's more mobile. What happens if he turns into Jaden Daniels?
It's not. He would have started the season.
No, not because you have
beat out Derek Carr in camp.
You would not have beat out Derek Carr, who they're paying however many millions of dollars
if he's C.J. Stroud or Jaden Daniels, then that means if he didn't start, that means you're not worried about winning, and that's not what the front office of the Saints is about, and Gail Benson is about. There's a reason he was 3rd on the depth chart.
Who is, for me...
And if Taysom's not healthy, and if Taysom doesn't play... If they say he's not playing, this poor Rattler kid, he might not make it through the game.
We'll see. I'm very interested. This is going to be. I'll say this. I am
more. What does it for me?
No, they're a mash unit.
Squad last week.
Yeah, they're a mash unit. Like they pulled a dude off a practice squad to start.
In the NFL.
No, agreed. And to be honest with you, with the exception of the weird try to throw it away but didn't actually throw it out of bounds and it got intercepted. With the exception of that, I thought Derek Carr played pretty well last week for given the circumstances that he was under, with the offensive line being the way it is. I will say this. I am more intrigued by watching the Saints this week with Rattler at QB than I ever would have been with Haener at QB. I just think the upside for Rattler is so much higher. Now that's not to say that he's going to meet it. Yeah, that's not to say that he's going to get it done or he's going to meet those.
I understand
who knows?
Exactly what you're saying with that. I just think the team is so hurt. The results.
It is. I agree with you, Rogers.
They don't have enough to beat this team.
That's what's going to be fascinating. And here's the thing: if they find a way to,
and then 4 days later, we got to face Sean Payton.
Yep.
I think the season's about to be lost. To be honest,
it could. It could. This is one of those teetering moments.
You go to 2-4 and 1-2 in the division, and you're this beat up. It's done.
Yeah. No. I'm with you on this. Like this is this is sort of the tipping point of the season, it feels like. I feel like 2-5 is probably too much to come back from. I think if you lose this game but you turn around and beat the Broncos, or you win this game and turn around and lose to the Broncos, and you're 3-4, I think you're okay. I don't think you come back from 2-5. I really don't.
No, you start getting 2 and 3 games behind, and you don't have your full arsenal that you started the season with. I mean, I get exactly why everybody's excited about Rattler, but they seem to be quit thinking that, okay, these guys on the offensive line aren't replacing. There's a reason they were on other people's teams and not on this team.
No, it's still the glaring weakness.
Oh, I understand the quarterback comparison. I get that. I just think either one of them are going to be running for their lives or getting on their back all day because the offensive line is so bad. And Kamara's still hurt. We don't know about Taysom.
Mm-hmm.
We know Rashid is banged up. Alavi's been nowhere near. The defense is now banged up. There's too many injuries. I feel bad for Rattler because they're almost throwing him out there because, look, you have a strong arm and you can run. You're going to have to use both
you're
all
mobile.
Damn day.
Yeah, you're mobile, and that's what it amounts to.
And eventually he's going to get hit, and I'm worried about that.
Yeah, and I'm, again, to me, the way that Dennis Allen saves his season/career as a head coach is to put the rookie out there. And if he goes through the rookie growing pains, whether that's his own fault or the fault of the offensive line and the other injuries that are out there, he can at least go, hey, look, we're building, this is something we're building on. Like, we know we may have Carr back later in the year, but for now, like, this is our building block. This is the guy that's going to be the next guy, and we're going to build around this guy.
He doesn't have that kind of time.
No, I don't. I agree with you. I don't think it works.
I think what happened is exactly what happened in the offseason. They hired Clint Kubiak. Dennis Allen said, you run that.
Yep.
I'm going to run the defense. I think this decision was made by Kubiak. I think he looked at Clint and goes, what would you rather do?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to worry about this. I got to worry about the defense. And I think Kubiak went, let's go with Rattler, because both of them won't be there a year from now if this goes south.
Well, and the other thing is with the reliance that Kubiak's offense has on bootlegs and play actions, which, by the way, they barely ran any play action last week because the offensive line just wasn't going to hold up for them to play fake.
Taysom and
right. I mean, you're not going to play fake when the offensive line is protecting for 2 seconds. You can't.
Your best skill players are banged up, and so the defense, all they have to do is just play regular defense.
Yeah, so you couldn't play action last week because of the offensive line. Now, with a guy that's a little more mobile, maybe those bootlegs are back in the system because, hey, you go, you fake the stretch to the right and you boot back to the left, but there's a guy who got through the left guard. Well, Spencer Rattler's got the athletic ability to maybe make that guy miss and then make a play within the framework of the offense, something that you're not getting from Haener and you're not getting from Carr. So I'll say this, good, bad, or indifferent, the Saints are going to be a more interesting watch this weekend because Spencer Rattler is at the helm than they would have been with Jake Haener at the helm, that's for sure. So, hey, we'll see. If nothing else, it's energized the fan base. And, hey, maybe it means that the dome will be loud and rocking and you'll get a little home field advantage out of it. I think if he announced Haener as the starter, you may have seen some folks not show up. So, I don't know. Again, it's going to be a fascinating watch on Sunday any way you look at it. All right, it's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Our show brought to you by Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the Pearl Restaurant in Shreveport, and Hollis Dental Care. We'll take a break, come back. Don't forget to send in your Pearl Upset special picks. You can listen to us on 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. You can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We'll be back.
Turning water into wine. Open doors will soon be shut. So I went from day to day. My life was in a rut. Till I thought of what I'd say. Which connection I should cut. I was feeling part
big with Jimmy Grande Outdoors Tiger Den? We've got your chance. Just stop by and register in person or download the 11:30 a.m. The Tiger app for your chance to win tickets to each LSU home game this season. You'll also score with gas money and road snack money, plus a pair of game day shirts from the Tiger Den. All roads lead to LSU. From Jimmy Grande Outdoors Tiger Den and 11:30 a.m. The Tiger, where you can hear every LSU football game and all that is LSU. Go Tigers!
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text GRIT to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text GRIT to 42424. That's GRIT to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Get ready, Bossier City! Friday, October 18th, the Micro Wrestling Federation is bringing the action to Hot Wheels Skating Palace. Witness the high-flying, body-slamming excitement with an entire cast under 5 feet tall. Experience the thrill of WWE-style wrestling with unforgettable characters and intense family fun. October 18th, 3000 Old Minden Road. Doors open at 7, show starts at 8 p.m. Tickets are selling fast. Visit sbhotwheels.com to grab yours now.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke, Patrick Netherton.
Oh, let the sun beat down upon my face.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. So, Rogers, I mentioned earlier that I accidentally flung my AirPods like halfway across the room. I didn't. They just dropped off my end table. But not only did they drop off my end table, they also opened up, and the AirPod that I'm not using, because I use one for the radio show in my right ear, so my left ear AirPod just apparently went flying. Like it went to a completely different location. But I found them. Our long national nightmare is over. Everything is good. AirPods are back where they belong. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Couple of ways to get in touch with us. Call us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline, Rally 45 or 318-725-5945. You can also reach us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. That number is 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. And we are available on 4 different streaming locales: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. That is where you can find us. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can send messages to any of those as well, and we can read them. Let's get to some texts on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. Before we do, let me tell you about Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. 631-0235, 631-0235 is how you find them. They are simply the best in the business. They've been the best in the plumbing business for longer than Rogers Hampton's been alive, which is a while now. That's how long they've been the best in the plumbing business. And then they thought, you know what? We're in the plumbing business. Why not get in the heating and cooling business? So they did. And guess what? They're the best in the heating and cooling business as well. That's what they do at Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They become the best at whatever they want to do. And they decided they wanted to do a little bit of heating and cooling, and boom, there you go. Bob's your uncle, and they are fantastic at what they do. You can find them online at greeneplumbing.com, Greene plumbing.com, or again, you can reach them with the phone at 631-0235. Simply the best. That's Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Feel free to give them a shout or set up your appointment online. They've got discounts available online, first responders, churches, senior citizens, all of that kind of stuff. And, of course, when you do call them or you set up your appointment online, please let them know you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. That would help us out immensely. Cocky on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. Cocky Cockaboose said, what was the Pearl upset winning pick last week? I missed the big shoe on Tuesday. Really big shoe. Rogers, did I tell you? I think I told you the other day. It's been probably a month or two ago that I got sucked into an Ed Sullivan show, like an old Ed. You know, obviously it's an old Ed Sullivan show. They all were. But I can't even remember what station I was on, and they were showing a replay of the Ed Sullivan show, and it was one of the most fascinating things I've ever watched, because obviously I wasn't around when that show was, like those variety shows where, you know, you have musical folks that come in and sing, and you have folks that'll come in and dance, and you've got you got your own band. Like it was such a fascinating thing to watch. I couldn't help. I live tweeted it. I was like, this is the wildest thing that I've ever seen, and that was entertainment back in the day. Rogers, were you in Ed Sullivan? Did that do anything for you? I don't know exactly your time frame.
That was a little before my time.
Okay, I figured it might be a little bit early for you. Like just what a fascinating thing to have as like the pinnacle of entertainment on television. You know, it's one thing if it's like the talk show format where, you know, celebrity guests show up and they bring them out to the desk and you talk, and, you know, Johnny Carson, David Letterman, that kind of thing. But Ed Sullivan was like, hey, I'm going to introduce our big band, and they're going to play some music, and like, here's the singer. And by the way, one of the singers, Rogers, is Tom Netherton. That was one of the big blonde-headed Christian evangelical singer. And he was one of the guys, Tom Netherton. And they, here's our dancers. And they came out and they did like a whole swing dance thing. It was crazy. I couldn't believe that was going on. Cocky, to answer your question, the Pearl upset winner last week was ULM. That was the biggest upset. 6 different people chose ULM, so Rogers randomly picked a number between 1 and 6, and Marco was our winner last year. And because because it's a new me, I went ahead and gave him his gift card the same day. Now, it was Tuesday because I wasn't in on Monday. But yeah, same day. I hooked it up. So there you go. And congrats, Marco, who, by the way, texted he already got his gift card and looking forward to taking his lady to a nice dinner. So kudos. 318 said Rogers buys beer at the football game. He didn't say poop. He'll poop his pants when he hears the price, plus it's probably cashless. Well, the good news is Hambone knows some folks. He knows a few people. So the higher likelihood is that Hambone will be able to bring his own. We might walk an ice chest up to the TV booth. That could happen. There's every possibility that might happen actually. So. I'm just going to say there's a higher likelihood that Rogers Hampton will not have to buy his own beer at the NSU game should he decide to go, especially because we got a little extra room up in our TV deck, TV booth, so we'll have a place to store potentially store a little ice chest of some description. Tornado 13 said Spencer Rattler will have a great performance the next few games. Saints will never look back. Whew, that's a statement and a half, Tornado 13. Keep in mind, Tornado 13 is the one who said that LSU would win by 40 and Garrett Nussmeier would have 500 yards from scrimmage and Derek Carr would throw for 300. And the Cowboys and the Saints would win, and Dak would throw for 400, and the predictions weren't that far off. So, not that far off. I hope you're right. I think the most excited you're going to see the Saints fan base is if Spencer Rattler should come in and perform well, right, and find a way to lead the Saints to a win. Legitimately, it brings up the question. Let's say that Rattler is playing at the height of his ability, which, let's be honest, Derek Carr and Spencer Rattler, just in terms of talent, are very close to each other. Rattler's a little more mobile. They both have big arms. Carr's a bigger body. Rattler's a little smaller. But just in terms of arm talent and ability, there are very few QBs that have better abilities than Spencer Rattler. He just dropped in the draft because of off-the-field concerns. So, talent-wise, he's a first-round pick. The off-the-field stuff was what dropped him. And there was, he was in a Netflix show or a documentary or something there where he seemed like a little bit of an a-hole kind of, and people were sort of turned off by that. So, but yeah, to me, this is a legitimate question. If Spencer Rattler comes in and is good, or let's just say he's average and leads the Saints to 2 wins, and then you've got the Chargers out in San Diego, and let's say Derek Carr is ready to come back in 3 weeks, what do? You're paying Carr a ton of money to be your quarterback.
Yeah, Dennis Allen's already said Carr's healthy. He's the starter.
Okay, well, I that's easy to say now, but it's going to be a lot more difficult. And again, I don't think this is the likeliest scenario that they're going to be 2-0 and Rattler's going to look good.
You're really doing.
No, I'm just saying. I'm putting a pie in the sky what if out there.
There's a reason he was third.
Okay, that's fine. Again, I'm just saying some guys are gamers, some guys are practice guys, and maybe Rattler's one of those dudes that's not a practice guy. He's just a gamer. I don't know. We won't know until the next couple of weeks. All right, it's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We go to the Pearl Shreveport hotline at 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945, where we find our good friend E.H., who is bouncing off the walls, I'm guessing, about Spencer Rattler being the QB.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go that far. I just think that what little they saw of Haener and that offense, especially now with losing another center, you need a guy with wheels. So I think it's the right move. You know, here when we saw him, the sample size, Patrick, we saw was in, at least I saw, is just in the preseason, which was super vanilla.
Yes.
Super vanilla, and I'm sure it was catered, or in the offense the last couple of weeks, obviously is catered to what Carr does. I have a weird feeling that you give Kubiak and you take the skill set of Rattler, we're going to see stuff we hadn't seen. Like, I don't know if he's going to be thrown it everywhere, but I mean, you know, a lot of like QB runs, I don't doubt that one bit, because
I'll be honest with you though, you don't have with two young quarterbacks, I don't think you put him in harm's way any more than you have to. Obviously, if Taysom's healthy, then you let him come in and do your QB run game. I don't know that you're going to see a lot of that. The thing I think you're going to see more of, and we didn't see it last week, the Saints have been, and the Kubiak Shanahan offense is best when it's play action. When they're running the stretch to the outside and then they can turn and boot off of that play action. You know, last week you couldn't do that. The Chiefs' defensive line was so good. As soon as Carr faked the handoff and was turning around, he was going to get hit. I think Rattler is maybe a little more athletic to where you might be able to put some of that stretch boot action back into the game plan, because let's say he goes to fake the handoff over the tackle, he turns around and there's, you know, the left guard's been beaten. Well, he might be able to make that guy miss that, you know, a Carr or a Haener may not be able to. Rattler may be able to make that guy miss. Then your offense can still work. So I will be very curious. I mean, honestly, you might be right, but I will be really surprised if there are more than 2 designed runs for Spencer Rattler in the game.
Well, I guess I meant more rollouts. I think they're ditching the offense that they had, because it was a lot of like, you know, double teams, and that's how we really bushwhacked the Cowboys, because, you know, we were blocking 6, sometimes on 4, and all the, you know, when they finally figured us out, they put another man in the box, and without Taysom, which I know y'all talked about a ton, but Taysom is kind of like it makes everything work, because you have to account for him, and he's not going to play. It's like, okay, well, let's just play the offense that has really sucked the last 2 weeks, and we don't have the personnel, we don't have the offense, and we don't have Taysom, so let's just do that and see what happens. I just think they're just going to scrap it and just do something totally sexy. And the reason why I say that is because, man, if Allen, and that's another reason Allen's doing this move, Haener probably is the most, you know, experienced, and he's probably, you know, knows the playbook better, but
well, here, wait, hold up, EH, hold up. This is what I talked about yesterday. No one knows the playbook better because your offensive coordinator is in his first year. All of these guys are learning the playbook at the same time, and now I don't know if they're learning it at the same rate, because, you know, I don't know the brain power of Haener versus Rattler. But let's not act like that Haener had some sort of 2-year or 3-year head start in this offense. He didn't. Now, he might have had a month or two because they hired Kubiak before they drafted Rattler, but it's not like he had some massive head start on this offense. That's the thing. That everybody's learning the offense at the same time because the coordinator is the new guy.
I think being in the NFL, you know, more than 1 year and not just
you may be right. You may be right on that. Like he may process things faster because he's been there and done this before.
This turns out perfect. The best thing they could have ever done was put Haener in last game, like you were saying. That was a recipe. Anybody was going to get just destroyed. And if he did that to Rattler at his first, he would have been, you know, a shell of himself. But being at home, that's going to help. You know, I don't know, man. I mean, we got to get some kind of – I just don't think the offense is going to look anything like we've seen or expected. I don't know about Taysom's availability. I mean –
yeah, we don't know.
It's just This is huge, dude. Look, I'm going down next Thursday, so I mean, here's the deal. They gotta. I mean, I'll take 1-1 all day long. I'm just being honest. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me 0-2. We'll go 1-1. We'll see.
Well, and here's the thing. Thank you, H. Here's the thing. If the 1 is the divisional game, that makes a huge difference, right? If you beat Tampa, but then turn around and lose to Sean Payton, like that stings, especially for Hambone. But at the same time, like you'll take the division win and the loss to a team in a completely different conference, right? If your losses are to non-divisional teams, and that's why the Falcons are in such good shape. They're undefeated in the NFC South. Right, they're 2-0 they've already beaten the Saints. They've already beaten the Bucks, so they're 2-0 against the two teams in the division that would be the ones that they're going to be fighting with to win the thing. So at least in terms of early tie breaks, good on them. Good on the Falcons. They've got the early advantage here when it comes to the division. And yeah, look again the. Haener maybe because he's been in the league an extra year. He can pick up the playbook a little faster. He obviously had the playbook a month or two before Rattler ever did because, they hired Kubiak and before the draft. So, he got the playbook a little bit in advance, but basically these guys are all kind of starting from square one. It's a brand new offense. I'm sure the terminology is completely different than what Sean Payton and Pete Carmichael were running. I'm sure it is a completely different look, obviously, a lot more zone stretch runs, a lot more naked boots, a lot more play action. Payton and Carmichael were not huge play action guys. So there's a lot more into this offense that they have never done before. But this idea that, Haener just has the advantage because he knows the playbook. Well, no, he got the playbook not too long before Rattler did. And again, I don't know any of these guys. I don't know how smart Haener is. I don't know how smart Rattler is. I don't know how smart Derek Carr is. I do know that Derek Carr has had so many offensive coordinators that I feel like he's figured out how to learn a new system reasonably quickly because he had so many different play callers, so many different offenses that he's run throughout the course of his career. I think Carr probably picks up offenses really quickly. Now, my question is, when he, in a tough pressure situation, does he go in the huddle and start calling plays from his Oakland days, right? Or from Pete Carmichael last year? That's the part that I'd be interested to know is how much does how much kind of creeping in of old playbooks and old play calls do we see from Derek Carr? And I don't know the answer to that question. But look, I think it's the right move. I would honestly, at this point, like let go, put him in and just see what happens. Right? He might sink, he might swim. You never know. And if he goes in, he throws 2 interceptions in his first 2 drives. Well, then you can put Haener in and just go from there, right? If you want to let these 2 guys get an opportunity, so have at it. I do have a question for you, though, Rogers. I'm curious because you thought initially that both quarterbacks would play. I'm curious if you think the same now after they've announced that Rattler's the starter.
Absolutely, because Rattler's going to get knocked out.
You think, I mean, not injury-wise.
Everybody keeps talking about the quarterback. That's not the problem.
No, the offensive line is a huge issue.
And you got an unhealthy Taysom, an unhealthy Kamara, an unhealthy Rashid. The conversation is not the quarterbacks. This guy's getting the starting job because he can run for his life. That's what he's going to be doing all day Sunday.
I'll be interested to see. I really will. This is going to be a fascinating game to watch. It really is.
I just don't think it is.
Look, it'll be No,
he's going to throw 2 or 3 interceptions. He's going to get sacked numerous times, and Haener's going to have to come in just for them to try something else. They're going to lose this division game, and the season is lost.
I think even that is fascinating. Because it's okay. What does he do with his first time in the spotlight, with his chance, right?
Adrenaline, crowd, all that. They may score first. Right now, Tampa Bay's a better team. and they're healthier.
Yeah, healthier especially. That's
even
the main
the defense
thing.
is banged up, and you don't have the offensive health to stay with Mike Evans, Godwin, Baker Mayfield. That's the part that people don't understand where I'm coming from. This ain't got nothing to do with Haener and Rattler. Rattler's getting the start because he's going to be running for his life, and Haener can't run.
Could be. I personally am fascinated to watch, good or bad. I think this is going to be an intriguing thing to watch.
He throws 2 interceptions first half. That crowd shuts up. It's over.
Nah, it could be. And then what happens if Haener comes in and leads a comeback?
We know how fickle the crowd is there. As soon as they get behind, they get quiet, and they start leaving.
It's going to be interesting. And I do think, I agree or disagree, Rogers, that him announcing Rattler as the starter will put more people in the seats.
I don't really care about that.
Okay. I was just curious if you had a thought.
Because if you're already a season ticket holder, you've already paid for your tickets.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, the season ticket holders are going to be there. I just mean the casual, like, level 600 fans.
Well, you know what? Then that just goes to show that they think one man can come in and fix this when the problems are many. Well, then that just shows you the football IQ.
There you go. Our problems are many. And he is just one man, Spencer Rattler. I mean, look, again, I'm 100% fascinated by this game. And not really the Bucs. I'm fascinated by what happens. What does the Saints offense look like? You know, EH mentioned that he thinks they're going to change up the offense a bunch. I don't. I think they're going to go back to
You can't do that at the NFL level. You can do that in college.
It's hard.
You can't do that at the NFL level
Rogers,
when you don't have your personnel.
What if they just come in and start running the wishbone, Rogers? That's what they should do. Just run the wishbone.
Just you know what? Just run the damn Grisham reverse.
Yes, let's go. Grisham reverse. Let's run the slot reverse, everybody. I'm in. I love it. Billy Grisham forever, baby. Ham bone on the Grisham reverse. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Find us in any of those locations. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be back.
And she was drifting through the backyard, and she was taking off her dress, and she was moving very slowly, rising up above the earth.
Have you lost Louisiana Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Feeling overwhelmed? Louisiana 988 can provide immediate emotional support. You can share as much or as little as you want with specialists. Everything you say stays between you and them. It's free, available 24/7, and most people who reach out report feeling better right in the moment. Call or text 988 anytime.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
Hey LSU Tiger fans! Got junk piling up? Trash Bandits, your local junk removal experts in Shreveport, are here to help. Whether you want to be hands-on or hands-off, we've got you covered. From dumpster rentals to hoarding cleanups, we haul it all. Proudly rooting for the LSU Tigers, we're family owned and operated, providing reliable and trusted service. Go to www.trashbanditsla.com and reclaim your space. Your local junk removal team cheering on the LSU Tigers all season long. Go Tigers!
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Fall Sale and get 30% off paints and stains from October 11th through the 21st. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SUPPORT, or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off. roundhouseprovisions.com, code SUPPORT.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You could be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
103.3 FM at 1130 The Tiger, your home for Houston Texans football all season long. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Good story. I mean, such a good story. Such a good song. I was literally saying, if you're tired of the same old story. Oh. I think it's my favorite song by them. I think it is. Although Keep On Loving You is pretty dang good. Like, they've got some real bangers. I knew ahead of Hampton. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. That's our main Hampton over there, Rogers Hampton. I would be Patrick Netherton. Rogers, where does that guitar slide that starts this song off, where does that belong in the world of guitar slides in music? I feel like it's a good one. I feel like it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, this is probably their biggest anthem.
Yeah.
As far as just everybody likes this song.
Yeah. When it starts off the wow, like where they do the guitar slide, I think that's...
And it applies to everybody.
Yeah.
You have to roll with the changes.
You do.
Which is why I played it coming out, because Saints fans need to learn to roll with the changes, because right now we're in the biggest midst of change without them wanting to, that you're going to be in.
Time for change, Rogers.
I hope they find Jack and the Magic theme song. If this team was completely healthy and Derek Carr was injured, I would be way more excited, or if it was Carolina coming in.
Right.
But you're not. Alvin's hurt, Taysom's hurt, Rashid is hurt, the offensive line is horrible, the defense is banged up, and it's Tampa Bay, and they're really, really good. If it was the Giants or the Panthers, and if it was, the offensive line was intact, and Taysom wasn't hurt, and Alvin wasn't hurt, then Rattler, then he's protected. He's on an island.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with you, Rogers.
Oh, I would love for nothing for Monday morning to be completely wrong.
Right. I'm with you.
60 years of being on this planet and watching football, you can get away with injuries at the collegiate level. You can't get away with that many injuries at the professional level. These are this guy's livelihood. They're feeding their families. They're paying their bills. This is not, hey, man, yuck, come on, do good, rah. No, this is, hey, man, I got a mortgage to pay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no, believe me, I hope I'm wrong. And Rattler is the better choice for this situation.
Yeah, agreed.
I think if the offensive line and everything would have been healthy, Hainer would have got the start, because he fits more of the Derek Carr, Kubiak offense. Stand back there, play action, give it to your skillies. Rattler don't have his skillies, so his skilly is running, which is why he's getting the start.
I love you saying skillies, Rogers.
And that started at Evangel, so I'm sorry if you don't like that either.
No, it
not
makes
you.
me laugh.
I'm just saying people. Yeah. I remember when Dakota and Trent started saying that. Oh, guys, man, school's going to close sometime soon. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing that for 30 years.
Hey, Rogers, did I ever tell you about the lady who told me that Tinseltown was going to close like 25 years ago?
Well, it did during COVID.
Well, yeah, it did. You're right. Matter of fact, it's one of the inside jokes with me and a buddy of mine who moved away a while back. Lives in San Antonio now. Just randomly, he'll text me. By the way, Tinseltown never closed. That was supposed to 20 years ago, because she was adamant that Tinseltown was going to close like 2 years after it opened, and no, still there, still going strong. Yeah, no issues there. Still getting after it. All right, let's get to speaking of getting after it, we're going to get after some texts on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. This is Mark in Arkansas. Rogers, to you. Said, Rogers, go enjoy the game. The icing on the cake is you already have a designated Uber driver. Oh, no. Look, I'm not 100% unconvinced that a lot of the reason Rogers keeps me around, and like socially, I mean, not, he has to work with me. He doesn't have to, but, he's producing the show is one thing, but I'm pretty sure that part of the reason why Rodgers keeps me around socially is because I can drive and I don't drink. So Hambone knows that, look, not only is he going to have a designated driver, but he's also going to have kind of a designated steward, if you will, right? Someone that, like, I'm going to make sure he gets home. I'm going to make sure he gets where he's supposed to be. Rodgers knows I'm not going to make any weird, wild, rash decisions where, like, Hambone's drunk and I'm going to be like, let's go to Little Rock. Like, I'm not going to do anything crazy like that. Like, that's not in my nature. So I think part of the reason that Rodgers keeps me around socially is because I don't drink, and therefore I can drive him around, and I will also, I'm a good caretaker. So I'll make sure that, he's fed, and I'll make sure that he's taken care of, and I'll make sure that he gets home, and, et cetera, et cetera. EH sent this to both me and Rodgers. He sent it to the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line and Rodgers Hampton's phone. Hambone is spot on. I say run Rattler all you want because he's going to get killed, and next man up, the offensive line is so bad. You watch. It's not going to be like they've been doing. You could be right, EH. I'm not saying you're not. I just don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think this is going to turn into Taysom Hill in the backfield where they're running QB power and they're running QB zone and they're running QB sweep and they're running all read option stuff. Like, I think they want him in there to throw. Now, they're obviously, they like him over Haener because of his mobility and his escapability. But I don't believe that he's in there to be Michael Vick. I think he's in there to throw. And look, he's got Jamal Williams. He's got Alvin Kamara. He's got, oftentimes they'll run Shaheed back there as a tailback and, all that. He's got guys that he can hand the ball off to. If you're telling me that he's a better option to run than Kamara or Jamal Williams, I just don't think that's true. Now, you may catch people by surprise every so often doing that, right? Where you maybe run that inside zone, but instead of handing it, you pull it and go around the end because the defensive end's collapsing because he doesn't think you're going to run it. He doesn't think you're going to pull it. You can catch them off guard every so often with something like that. But I don't think Rattler's coming in to run it 10 times, right? If they run it more than 2 or 3 times, like designed runs or runs where he has the option to pull it, I will be surprised. Again, you could be right. You may be right. I may be crazy. But it just may be a lunatic you're looking for, right? I don't know. That could be the case. I just don't see it. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they like Rattler because the stretch plays, the play actions, the boot stuff, he's got more of an ability to make those work than Haener does, especially given how the offensive line is. Again, just one of the staples of that offense is the stretch play action bootleg. Right? And so, and another staple, the rollout pass, the QB waggle. Like, they love getting the quarterback on the move in that offense, and Haener is just not the same guy that Rattler is when it comes to getting on the move. But I don't think they're doing any of it to run him. Because here's the thing. If you get Rattler killed, your next man up is Haener, who's now a sitting duck, and you got nobody behind him. You're bringing in Shaheed to play quarterback. I don't even know who their emergency quarterback is. I'm sure it's probably Kamara. Like, I don't know. Like, you cannot put Rattler in danger when you literally have 2 quarterbacks on your roster.
Yeah, you just made it worse for me. Yeah, they have nothing.
Exactly. Like, there's no guys behind them.
Taysom's banged up, so he can give you a play or 2 here and there, but he can't be the starting quarterback.
Yeah,
no, you're right. And Rashid is hurt. Kamara's hurt.
Yeah, they're all banged up.
So the guys that would come in and play quarterback, this is just, if they pull this off, it'll be a miracle. And it's not just because Derek Carr is out. This whole team is a mash unit right now, and that's just the bottom line, and that's the fact. I wish it wasn't that way. I would love to be able to go, oh, man, you're just replacing, But it's not. And the more you talk and explain stuff, the worse it gets.
No, but it's true. Like, it's absolutely
because there's
true.
too many questions, and at the professional level, you can't have that many questions because there's not enough answers.
Yeah, there's so many variables at play. And that's why, honestly, I think part of the reason why I think it's Rattler. Because if you look at what he did at South Carolina, and at South Carolina, this was a guy who could improv. He was good at it. When the pocket broke down or the play broke down, that guy was really good at improv. He would get out on the perimeter and he would find a guy down the field. Now, the one thing I worry about is comfortability with the wide receivers in doing that. Because you look at what Patrick Mahomes does with Travis Kelce, right? They know when Mahomes rolls out, Kelce knows where to go to get open, and Mahomes knows where Kelce's going to get open. They showed one play. I don't know if you saw the one play, Rodgers, against the Saints where Mahomes scrambled. Kelce literally is running like a little seam pattern just straight down the field. Linebackers got him. Kelce goes to the left, does a whole pirouette, like a whole 360, and then goes back to the right, and Mahomes was right on it. He was like, he knew exactly where he was going to be. Boom, I'm hitting him in stride, and it's a big gain. Like, I don't know how much Rattler and his receivers are in that frame of mind. Like, if the play breaks down and Rattler's on the move, and he's rolling to his right, does he expect Olave to come back to him? Does he expect Olave to check up where he is? Does he expect Olave to turn and go deep? Right? Like, I don't know what they're...
That's another thing. Olave's been non-existent.
Yeah.
Are you going to force a square peg in a round hole?
Well, and look...
That's what worries me now, that they're going to go, hey, man, we're banged up. We got one guy to throw to. And the reason none of our guys can do what Kelce did, none of them are dating a famous world-singing dancer.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that why he's so good? It's because he's dating a pop star?
Taylor taught him that little spin-back
Sure.
move.
Look, I'll say this.
Now.
Taylor's got some moves now. Now, they're all choreographed. None of them are on the fly.
But you still got to hit them.
She's got some moves. Yeah, she's got some moves.
It's like running a route.
Hey,
you got to hit your mark, and you got to get to the spot.
Hey, Rodgers, Colin Sanders' brother has got some moves, too. Her backup dancer. That dude can
put him
go.
in at fullback.
I mean, Colin Saunders is a...
Let's let him block for Kamara.
By the way, did you see Colin Saunders hit the back flip, Rodgers?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. This guy, they need to make him not the refrigerator, but the freezer.
Yeah, no, Colin Saunders. And by the way, his brother, who's the backup dancer for Taylor.
And in a city like New Orleans, you don't think somebody like that would be a hit?
No, he's already
that big old fat boy in the backfield blocking.
By the way, Rodgers, he already has a faster run speed than Jamal Williams in his 2-year career.
Dude, I know he wasn't going to go the whole way, but he got from the end zone to almost the 40 for a big man.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
Quicker than I've ever seen.
Yeah, apparently. So
Maybe put him on the offensive line. Let's try him.
I was reading something and I thought was interesting, and that was, so they, the next gen stats people keep track of how fast people run, like during games.
Yeah.
And one of the things they noted was that Colin Saunders had a faster miles per hour, faster speed than any run Jamal Williams has had in his 2-year career at New Orleans. And the reason why is because in order for it to be rated, they have to go at least 20 yards. And Jamal Williams has not had a 20-yard rush for the New Orleans Saints in his whole year and a half that he's been there, or year plus that he's been there. Jamal Williams has yet to have one.
And you're making this just even worse.
I mean, brother, it's...
Hey, a fact is a fact. You're not making it up.
No, these are facts. Now,
absolutely.
Can Spencer Rattler, Johnny Manziel it up a little bit and create, chicken salad out of chicken excrement?
I almost interrupted you a while ago and said, yeah, Manziel could do that in college. How'd that work for him in the NFL?
And the real issue with Manziel, of course, is that he didn't never seem to really care or try. The word was he was not in the playbook. He was not doing what he was supposed to do in terms of his preparation. I feel like Rattler's a good prep guy. Now the other thing is, and you were talking about why has Haener been the backup for the last for the whole season so far. Rattler's been inactive, And I think the reason is because and I don't know this, I'm just guessing. This is a complete guess on my part. My guess is that Rattler may not be an amazing practice guy, right? Like, Rogers, there are guys out there that practice horribly. They're not good. And then for whatever reason, when it's game time, they play lights out. There are some guys that are amazing in practice, and then when they go play, it's not there. And then there are guys, obviously, that practice well and play well, and there are guys that practice poorly and play poorly. But, Rattler could be one of those guys where they've just not seen it in practice, and they're like, okay, but, it seems like he's a gamer, and so when he gets out on the field, it happens. I don't know. That's total speculation on my part. I have no idea. Again, I think if this is Jake Haener, we're not having any of this discussion. Like, I'm not even talking about the Saints right now. But and to me, it's kind of part of it a little bit, is it does, look, Dennis Allen's not in the business of drumming up interest in the team. His job is not to put fans in the seats, not to make personnel decisions based on what the fans like or what they may, turn out for. But I'll say this, it certainly makes them a topic of conversation a lot more than if Jake Haener was the guy that was announced as the starter. Just saying. Hey, speaking of our friends at the Pearl in Shreveport, Robert just sent us a little message. And how about this? 7 days a week, we talked about the happy hour from 3 to 5. Right? Well, guess what? They're also doing a happy hour from 3 to 6 on drinks. So we told you about the half-price appetizers. They also have half-price salads and half-price oysters from 3 to 5, right? So show up 3 to 5 at the Pearl. You got half-price oysters, half-price salads, half-price appetizers. Also, from 3 to 6, so an extra hour, from 3 to 6, you got $3 wines, you got half-price domestic beer, and you've got $5 well liquor with a single mixer. Like, come on, man, a $5 mixed drink, a half-price beer? Like, come on, Hambone's not going to show up at the 47-foot bar with all the TVs up there and say, give me a half-priced Bud Light? A half-priced Budweiser? Come on, Hambone's all about that. And you can be, too, if you go to the Pearl in Shreveport, 70th and Fern Avenue. 70th and Fern Avenue, a white and brick building with black awnings. They've got a fantastic happy hour that they've extended, by the way. The drink happy hour now going to 6 is amazing. So now when you get off work, right, you've had a rough day, the boss has been on you, your TP reports have not been in, TP cover sheets have not been good. You go in, well, guess what? $3 house wines, half-price domestic beer, $5 well liquor with a single mixer, available until 6 p.m. at the Pearl. Gotta love that. Absolutely gotta love that. That is 7 days a week at the Pearl. And your half-price appetizers, salads, and oysters from 3 to 5. 47-foot bar, 4 TVs so you can watch any game you want. There is no reason not to go to the Pearl in Shreveport, 70th and Fern Avenue. And of course, when you do, make sure you let them know you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Get your thoughts on whatever's on your mind. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be back.
Have you lost Louisiana Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
There's a lot on the line this election, from protecting the Social Security you've earned to supporting family caregivers. And you have the power to make the candidates listen, because voters 50 and over decide elections. That's why AARP Louisiana has created an election guide with the most up-to-date information about when, where, and how to vote. Make sure the candidates hear from you. Get trusted election information at aarp.org/LA-votes. That's aarp.org/LA-votes. Paid for by AARP.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. Though his mind is not for rent, don't put him down as arrogant. His reserve a quiet defense, writing out the day's events. The river.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick. Our Trey Langford wellness check is on. See if Trey responds at any point in time. We'd love to hear from you. You can reach us via the Pearl Shreveport hotline if you'd like to call the show. 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. Or you can reach us via the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. Rogers, all I know is this. EH better stop including you on this this texting he's doing to me. I know Hambone ain't happy about this, EH. He hadn't said anything, but if I know Hambone, he doesn't like being included in group chats. So if you're going to text me, EH, you better just text me and keep Hambone out of it. He said, play action's not going to work. They're going to do rollouts. That's what I'm saying. It is Kamara, so do what they've been doing and stand in the pocket like a sitting duck. You're going to get killed at least get killed by trying to win. Again, I'm not advocating that you just sit Rattler in the pocket. What I'm saying is don't run him like designed runs. Like, you want to roll out and bootleg and all of that stuff, great. But do not run him. Like, I don't want to see him looking like Taysom Hill in the backfield. I don't want to see him pulling it on inside zone. You know, I maybe once or twice if the end is just crashing so hard that he can get around and, get 5-6 yards, slide. Like, you do not put Rattler at any unnecessary risk. I'm okay with rollouts, waggles, sprint outs, that kind of thing. That's fine. I don't have a problem with any of that. What I don't want to see is quarterback power, quarterback draw, quarterback sweep, inside zone read, and he pull it and take off with it. Like, I don't want to see Spencer Rattler taking any more hits than he has to. I just don't believe that they are going to radically alter the offense in the span of 3 days to get ready for Tampa. They may add some wrinkles, right? You may see some different stuff, but I just don't believe it's going to be radically different from what Derek Carr was doing. Maybe not as many, drop back to a spot. And so who knows? I'm telling EH, you better get Rogers off of your group chat, dude. You better just send me messages directly. Hambone's going to be seething over there in the studio. EH said, Da said yesterday, I'm assuming he means DA, said yesterday that on the scout team they face every day, Spencer makes all kind of plays, so we don't know why he's listed as a number 3 before. Oh, so you're thinking that he's listed as number 3 because he's the scout team QB? Well, anybody can be the scout team QB in practice. They could make Derek Carr the scout team QB in practice if they wanted to. And then he ends up being, QB1 once the game comes around. Like, what you do in practice has no effect on where you're listed in the game, other than the fact that your first team QB gets 80 to 90% of the reps in practice, and your second team QB gets the other 10%, and your third team QB gets nothing. Like, maybe you get a series every so often if you're lucky, but by and large, your first team QB is getting the massive majority of practice reps. Then your second team QB gets kind of what's ever left over, and your third team or emergency QB does not really get reps. It may be a scenario where if your third team QB is Kamara, right, your emergency QB is a wide receiver, you might bring him in and work on, center exchange or, just play calling, that kind of thing. But you're not going to have those guys getting just a metric ton of reps. The second guy is barely getting any, and the third guy is getting none. So, and maybe Rattler's giving you all kind of good looks on scout team, but he still could be the second quarterback if they wanted him to. It does not matter. All right, so we had talked about the Jets and what they were doing. Speaking of jets, Rogers, you ever had the little the little water jet thing that they squirt in your mouth when you're sitting there at Hollis Dental Care? You know what I'm talking about. Well, they got those jets, so they got everything else going on. You're welcome, Rogers, at Hollis Dental Care. 703-6680 is how you get in touch with them. 703-6680. That is Hollis Dental Care. Benton Road and Wimple up in North Bossier, they are just the best in the business at what they do. If you are someone who is looking for a new dentist, maybe you're dissatisfied with the one you got, maybe you just haven't gone to the dentist in a while and you're looking for someone to go and take care of your teeth. Well, I will recommend Hollis Dental Care to you for just your normal cleanings and going in and getting major dental work done, whether it's filling cavities, root canals, dental implants, dentures. When you get a little older, you need dentures. All of that is handled in-house by Hollis Dental Care. They are so good at what they do. Matt Hollis is incredible. His staff is incredible. Cannot recommend them highly enough to you. Go see them up at Benton Road and Wimple. Call them at 703-6680. Closed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but open late on Mondays. Regular hours on Tuesdays, a little shorter hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, a little shorter hours on Thursday. But if you call them by 9 a.m., they will get you in the same day. Got a dental emergency, tooth cracked, whatever, holler at them by 9 a.m., and you will be in the same day to see the fine folks at Hollis Dental Care. 703-6680 is how you reach them, 703-6680. And, of course, when you do, you go in and Dr. Hollis gets you taken care of, whatever, please let them know you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. All right, so we were talking about the Jets and how the conspiracy theory running around rampant was, and y'all know how I feel about conspiracy theories. The only one I ascribe to is that Stevie Wonder can see a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. I don't think it's complete blackness. That's the only conspiracy theory I ascribe to. All the rest of them, I calm down, everybody. Man-made weather hurricanes. Either our government's incompetent or they can make hurricanes. Take your pick. Anyway, I kind of enjoyed the idea, the conspiracy theory that Aaron Rodgers went to the brain trust of the Jets because he had heard that Robert Saleh was going to take play calling duties away from Nathaniel Hackett, and Hackett is Rodgers' guy, like they're boys. And so the conspiracy went that Aaron Rodgers, unhappy that Robert Saleh was going to take the play calling responsibilities away from Nathaniel Hackett and demote him, went to Woody Johnson, said, I can't do this, like it's me or him. And Woody Johnson said, all right, it's him, and fired Robert Saleh. Well, if that was the case, he better go and fire the interim coach as well, because the new interim head coach, Jeff Ulbrich, did the exact same thing that Robert Saleh was apparently going to do. He has taken the play calling duties away from Nathaniel Hackett. Apparently, they one of the reasons why Rodgers wanted to go to the Jets was because of Hackett. New play caller is Todd Downing, who was a former Tennessee Titans OC and also coaches the quarterbacks and has the passing game coordinator title. According to Ulbrich, he will have the full say on the game plan and ultimately the plays that are called within the game. This is more a byproduct of a different take on things. I'm not saying it's a better or worse take on things by any means, just a different take on things, a fresh approach. Hackett will remain on the staff, and Ulbrich said no titles will change, only who's doing what, and he announced that he will remain the defensive coordinator and will continue to call plays defensively. He said also that he hopes to be involved in the offense in time, looking to, quote, infuse my personality into that unit. So there you go. Robert Saleh gone, and Aaron Rodgers, who went on Pat McAfee's show, acknowledged there, quote, has to be some change, and he is, quote, on board with any changes on the offense. So there you go. Look, in the end, the issue with the Jets was not defensive issues. The issues with the Jets were offensive, and it started with the guy under center. Aaron Rodgers just hasn't been good this year. And the offense hasn't been good around him. So, they decided to go ahead and make the move, and that's the move that they went ahead and made. So, will it work? Who knows? What's the difference in play calling from from Nathaniel Hackett to this guy who's the passing game coordinator, and does it fundamentally change what they're doing offensively? I don't know. That's one of the more sort of nebulous things I think in athletics and football is this idea that you change play callers. Like, what's different, right? Is it just, hey, this guy has a better feel, and so he would call this play on third down that works versus the old guy who'd call this play on third down that didn't work? Like, I'm assuming it's going to be ostensibly the same offense. It's just going to be a matter of, hey, this guy, it's different when Pete Carmichael is let go and you bring Clint Kubiak in. What's an entirely different offense altogether? It's an entirely different kind of offense. It's a completely different thing they're running. But when you do this in season and you promote the passing game coordinator to OC, well, it just means that maybe your plays are called in a different order, or maybe he looks at attacking a team a little different, but the plays themselves aren't really going to change. The language has to stay the same. The volume of plays that you have has to stay the same, right? Maybe this new guy says, I've got this really good play that I like. Let's draw this up and put this in the game plan this week. That, maybe he's got some plays that he wanted to run that Nathaniel Hackett shot him down on, right? And they never made it to the playbook. So this is, again, it's going to kind of be fascinating. There's a lot of really interesting storylines around the NFL. Spencer Rattler, obviously, chief among them. But what does a new play caller mean for the Jets? Right? Just like there's we oftentimes see where guys, head coaches call plays and then they haven't been effective, so they give the play calling off to somebody else. That happens from time to time. And Sonny Cumbie's doing that, right, with Louisiana Tech. He said, look, the offense hasn't been effective with me as the play caller, so I'm handing the play calling duties off to my OC or QB coach or whatever his title is. Maybe a fresh approach is what's needed. Maybe this guy, has a clearer picture of what's going to work in certain down and distances than you had in certain down and distances. I don't know. Who's to say? But to me, it's a fascinating thing to replace coaches mid-year. And again, why you're replacing your defensive coach, your defensive head coach? Why not let him stay and give him the power to go ahead and say, you know what, we're gonna change play callers. He was apparently going to do it anyway. So why not let Robert Saleh stay on board, give him the ability to go ahead and change play callers and see what happens. If they're 1-2 over the next 3 games, you can still fire him then. It's not like you're going to get a head start on going and finding a new coach. Colleges nowadays if they're going to fire a coach, they'll do it earlier because they can start kind of getting some feelers out, right? And start looking at some other guys that maybe can come in and run the show. But in the NFL, you're not doing any coaching hiring until the offseason anyway. It's not like you're going to be putting feelers out there. There's a very regimented process that goes on in the NFL for that. So I don't know what you're expecting here when you fire the defensive-minded head coach only to have him, the interim, do exactly what the defensive-minded head coach. You put the defensive coach into the head coaching position, and then he does the exact same thing as his predecessor. What did you really accomplish? Unless this interim, guy, the defensive coordinator, has some sort of fantastic view on practicing or something that we don't know about. And it just doesn't feel like that's the case. It feels like it's a move made to try to show that you're making a move, right? It's one of those, see, we're doing something about it. Like, I know y'all, the Jets fans, you're disappointed, and see, we're doing something. We fired Robert Saleh. Well, why not just keep him and let him replace the offensive coach? And then if that doesn't work, then you can fire him. It's a move that in now, after all this going on now, doesn't make any sense whatsoever. unless Robert Saleh was just doing something wrong, and it didn't feel like that he was. Cocky said, what made you think, looking at his record, that made Saleh worth keeping? I'm not saying he's worth keeping, but what are you gaining by replacing him with his own defensive coordinator? And by the way, he was a defensive coach. So you replace him with his own defensive coordinator, and then he does the exact same thing that Saleh was about to do, which was take the play calling duties away from Nathaniel Hackett. Like, what have you gained in that regard? Saleh could have very easily done the exact same thing that you just did. I'm not saying Saleh's a good head coach. All I'm saying is there's nothing materially that he's done as a head coach that makes me think, oh, well, having him be replaced by his defensive coordinator, who's going to do the same thing that he was going to do with the offense, I don't feel like you've made anything. You've not done anything. You've not made any real change. You just changed the guy that's at the top, who's now a different defensive coordinator. Maybe he goes for it on fourth down than Saleh wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe he's more aggressive in certain ways. I don't know. But I think it's weird. It's like you just took him out, you put in the same guy to do the same thing that he was going to do. So why'd you fire him in the first place? All right, let's take a break. The Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick, that is us. Yeah, Robert Saleh biting the dust. First one of the year for the NFL. We'll take a break, come back with more after this. Wrap this show up when we get back.
Let's go! She walks fairly down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat, yeah. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust, hey. Hey, we're gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
We are the soldiers of the Louisiana Army National Guard. We are your neighbors. We are your sons and daughters. While we serve part-time, we are learning valuable life and job skills. We are earning money for college, for trade and technical schools, and for certifications. We are proud to serve both our country and our home state. We are your Louisiana Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Fall Sale and get 30% off paints and stains from October 11th through the 21st. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
On Friday, the Bird Yellow Jackets will take on the Huntington Raiders at Independence Stadium. Join us at 6:30 for the Origin Bank pregame show, followed by kickoff at 7, right here on 1130 and 103.3 The Tiger. And as always, sting 'em, Jackets.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
Nope.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Tiger weather now.
Hurricane Milton at the top of the scale, marching towards the Florida Peninsula tonight with a landfall south of Tampa as a major hurricane. Our temps tonight in the mid-50s tonight. North winds feeling nice here in the northern parishes tonight with low humidity. Sunshine Thursday, 89. Sunshine Friday, 89. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel.
The previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Your home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, breaking the law. Don't forget we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And if you do watch us on one of those services, please do give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, whatever that particular service calls for. That really does help us out. That helps our metrics to have you following. I think we're over 400 subscribers on YouTube now. We'd love to get to 500 and even higher. We're over 1,100 followers on Facebook, which is awesome. We're over 3,000 followers on Twitter, which is awesome. I'd love to get our Twitch numbers up, but I know Twitch is a little bit more of a niche platform. So it's mostly gamers that are over there. And so I get it. If you don't want to follow along on Twitch, I understand. But if you want to get to us, Facebook.com/Netherton Show, Twitch.tv/Netherton Show, YouTube.com/@Netherton Show, And we're at PT Netherton over on Twitter /X. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Cocky said maybe someone way up the hierarchy told the general manager to fire that turd. No, that was Woody Johnson's call. He's as high up in the hierarchy as it gets. He's the owner, and it was his call. And look, Woody Johnson he's a bit of a meddler like Jerry Jones is. You know, he likes to kind of be involved in the decision-making process. He wants to kind of be in there. So, and most of the time, the firing of the head coach is going to end up in the owner's lap, right? The GM may recommend it, but, the head coach is the most visible part of your franchise by and large, other than a few star players here and there. But the head coach is going to typically be your most visible guy. So it makes sense that, the GM may say, hey, I think we should go ahead and run the head coach, and the owner will, go ahead and make that call. Hey, by the way, don't forget to send in your Pearl Upset special picks, your biggest underdog that you believe will win outright. That is what you're looking for at the Pearl Upset Special. Text us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-6570-HAM, 318-657-0426. Text us there. Give us the name of the team. You don't have to give me the line. You don't have to tell me who the opponent is. Just give me the name of the underdog. Weirdly enough, this is kind of strange. I haven't had this happen very often. Weirdly enough, today, we've had several picks. We already had one person pick Florida International. That obviously didn't quite work 2 nights ago. But weirdly enough, we have had the same pick come in back-to-back from multiple people, where it's, I'm just making up a pick. Louisiana Tech, right? Tech's not an underdog. But let's just say, that's your pick. I've had like 2 or 3 people in a row pick Louisiana Tech, or 2 or 3 people in a row pick, Florida International or whatever, even though they've already played. It's just kind of odd, right? Kind of odd to see that happen. Hey, also don't forget, tomorrow is Patrick's Picks and Moody's Moneymakers. Moody coming off of a 6-1 week. Boy, did not take having a bad weekend very lightly. Didn't take it well, and he came back with a 6-1 week last week. That was nearly 7-0, but he got dinged. The Texans actually ended up hurting him. He took one of their running backs to get over, I think, 51.5 yards, and he ended up with like 47 or something. Well. I'm telling you. He was on your side, Rogers. He was taking
I'm sorry. The last couple of years, all he's done is bash him. He gets what he deserves.
There you go. Yeah, he. I think it was
you
it Akers?
You don't come getting on the Texans train 2 years after I told you, look, it's coming, and it ran right over him.
Ran right over you, boy. You gonna get.
You know me, I don't forget and I don't forgive.
Hambone he like a what's the one that has what's the animal that has the memory? Turtle? Is it the turtle that has the great memory? Elephant. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Hambone like an elephant. He don't forget, boy.
I don't forget, boy. You came after me 2 years in a row. You think I'm gonna let you slide?
You ain't gonna come in here and try to
pick my team every week, and I'm gonna hope you lose.
You gonna come in here with your Cam Akers over
51.5
yards?
My Dallas this and Dallas that and Jag. Ain't even the best team in Texas, boy.
You gonna
get Moody.
That was it. Who was it that took all wasn't it Agumbawale? Enrique Agumbawale's brother that took a bunch of carries last week for the Texans?
I think so, yeah.
By the way, how crazy, like what kind of a dang athletic family is the Agumbawale family that they've got an NFL running back and a WNBA star? Wow. Like that's some athletic talent going on in that gene pool. That is for sure. All right, we have reached the end of this here Redidio show, which also streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Just a reminder, go follow, like, subscribe to all of our various streaming platforms. We would greatly appreciate it. And gives you the opportunity to watch us in any of a bunch of different ways. So that's pretty cool as well. We love having you. Hope everyone's having themselves a good day. Still a little warm. You know, we're in almost drought conditions again. Had to go and turn the automatic sprinklers back on to put some water on the new shrubs. Get them coming back to life. But yeah, it's a good day, man. We've had a good day. Got to talk a lot of Spencer Rattler. Don't forget, tomorrow we will continue to take your picks for the Pearl Upset Special. Biggest underdog you believe will win outright. Send that to the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line 657-0426. We'll also have Patrick's Picks and Moody's Moneymakers. I'm already 1-0. I had Jacksonville State over 58.5 last night. And by the way, Jacksonville State covered it on their own. They scored 59. I didn't think, I thought it would be like 47 to 18, 17, something like that, and they would cover. I did not expect 50 plus. Boy, Rich Rod's got it absolutely rolling with the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. They switch quarterbacks, and they are running the ball like crazy with that Rich Rod hurry-up offense. Doing amazing work down there. All right, for Rogers Hampton, I'm Patrick Netherton. Y'all be safe and careful out there, everyone. Want to see you back here tomorrow from 1 to 3 tomorrow on the